Here's your wrestling news for April 5th, 2022. And your headlines for today include Roman Reigns injured at the end of WrestleMania 38, Cody Rhodes' tense return to WWE Raw, faced ex-world champion after Raw went off the air. Elias returns as his own younger brother Ezekiel on WWE Raw. Major hint dropped about former women's champion turning heel, joining Edge's stable on Raw. Is WWE quietly forgetting the Damian Priest-Finn Balor feud in favor of Austin Theory? AEW star takes major shot at Edge and Damian Priest's WWE stable. An almighty betrayal and face turn. Kimber accuses Nash Carter of abuse and shows photographic evidence. Ronda Rousey's friends say she was upset about not getting WrestleMania 38 main event. Released WWE superstar says Vince McMahon once thought he was Austin Theory. Raven gets knee replacement surgery, and more. We're starting off today with Roman Reigns, who made history at WrestleMania 38, unifying the WWE and Universal Championships in the main event of Night 2. Facing Brock Lesnar, the match was always going to be physical, and the undisputed WWE Universal Champion may have been injured in the process. On social media, pictures emerged of a large swelling on Reigns' arm that only appeared after his stint in the Kimura lock. Some have even gone on to speculate that this was why the match seemed so rushed, as Reigns would deliver a spear to slay the Beast shortly after being in the hold. Reigns could be heard telling Paul Heyman, "It's out," during the match, which many have said could be the Tribal Chief referring to his shoulder. Some have suggested that Reigns may have suffered a torn muscle, but there's no confirmation yet on his condition. After what WWE sold as the biggest match in all of WrestleMania history, the absolute last thing WWE needs is for Reigns to be out with an injury, and we'll keep following this story for any further details on WWE's sole world champion on the main roster. Raw news now as Cody Rhodes cut an emotional promo on this week's show, though admittedly, a teary-eyed promo from the American Nightmare is something that AEW fans have seen before. With that said, this promo still felt special, and Rhodes' return was met with a great reception from the crowd. Speaking about the title that would eventually be held by the likes of Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, Rhodes made it clear that he wants to become the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, but he may have to wait for that opportunity. Rhodes' promo was interrupted by Seth Rollins, who said welcome home to the American Nightmare, followed by a tense handshake between the two. Their feud is set to continue, and WWE hasn't exactly been too subtle about it, but after their epic at WrestleMania, we're questioning how the two can raise the stakes in their next encounter. Cody Rhodes kicked off this week's post-WrestleMania edition of the Red Brand, and he also closed out the show for the fans watching in the arena. In a post-show dark match for the live crowd, Rhodes defeated Kevin Owens in a bout that lasted roughly 6 minutes, and according to fans in attendance, Owens taunted Rhodes with the pose of the Young Bucks. Rhodes had help in the match from another royal family of wrestling as, during the bout, Ada Johnson, the mother of The Rock, held Owens at ringside while Cody delivered chops, followed by a bionic elbow. Winning the match, Cody thanked the fans for coming to Raw in what was an emotional and impressive first Raw back for the American Nightmare. In the summer of 2021, the Elias character died, according to the man himself, and it was reported that the former 24/7 champion would be getting a repackaging. That's exactly what happened, as fans saw the repackaged Elias on this week's Raw, but nobody could have predicted what we eventually saw. In the middle of a Kevin Owens promo, Elias returned as Ezekiel, the trunks-wearing, clean-shaven brother of Elias. Owens, like the crowd, was not buying this and gave Ezekiel a 10-second count to get out of the ring, but at 1, it was the former Universal Champion who left instead. While siblings often look similar, anyone with a sibling will know that just because you have the same genetics does not mean you have exactly the same face and voice of your relatives. This was a wild way for Ezekiel to make his return to WWE TV, and beard or no beard, it seems fans aren't ready to accept this change of character. More from WrestleMania as Edge got a win over AJ Styles on Sunday thanks to a distraction from Damian Priest. On Raw, Priest confirmed his loyalty to Edge, and the two shared a beatdown on the Phenomenal One, but this duo may become a trio soon enough. During the show, WWE teased a possible heel turn for Rhea Ripley after she and Liv Morgan lost to Naomi and Sasha Banks, though the duo seemingly patched things up later after they managed to get a rematch against the Women's Tag Team Champions on next week's Raw. Ripley was noticeably conflicted backstage, and if they don't win next week, expect the Ripley-Morgan team to be split for good. The backstage segment also had purple lighting behind Ripley, which some speculated was another Edge tease, who also used purple lighting for his WrestleMania entrance. Already one of the most dominant female superstars in WWE, Ripley would make a huge addition to Edge's stable, especially since stables are often only one sex or the other. Ripley has always had a dark side, but fans can expect her to fully embrace it very soon, possibly as soon as next week if she and Morgan suffer another loss on Raw. Back to this week's Raw, and Austin Theory bounced back from his WrestleMania loss by teaming with SmackDown Tag Team Champions the Usos to defeat Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro and US Champion Finn Balor. Once more, it was Balor who took the pinfall, and it was Theory who pinned him, as the cocky young superstar continues to have the champ's number. It appears WWE has forgotten all about Balor's feud with Damian Priest, as WrestleMania went ahead without the rumored title match between the two. Balor continues to be handled badly as United States Champion, and with this pinfall, it's likely that Theory will soon challenge the Irish superstar with the title on the line. If WWE's booking is any indication, expect Theory to hold the title soon, as the company is going all out pushing the 24-year-old prospect. We mentioned earlier that Edge and Damian Priest have formed their own stable, one that has seen both men embrace their darker side. Dark stables aren't new in wrestling, as we've seen the Brood and the Ministry of Darkness before, but they're also not exclusive to WWE. On Twitter, AEW's Brody King posted a screenshot of Edge and Priest from Raw, saying that this is what you get when ordering AEW's House of Black stable on Wish.com. It's been reported that WWE are pitching possible additions to the group, including Rhea Ripley, as we discussed earlier, and former NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa. It remains to be seen what Edge's group does next, or if they get a name, but Brody King isn't impressed with the group thus far. More from Raw, as this week's show saw what could be one of the most shocking but well-played-out betrayals fans have seen in years. On the show, MVP officially ended his run with Bobby Lashley after an incredible 2 years and after turning the Almighty's career around. Before MVP, Lashley was involved in a sleazy romantic story with Lana and is now considered a legit world beater and two-time WWE champion. During the segment this week, not only did MVP split with Lashley, but he aligned with Omos, who definitely needs the help of a manager more than the Almighty. This was the company's not-so-subtle way of saying that Bobby Lashley is officially going to be a top babyface on Raw going forward, and we're excited to see what Lashley does now that he's on his own. Before NXT Stand and Deliver, Kimber had some concerning accusations against her husband Nash Carter, claiming that the NXT 2.0 superstar is physically abusive of her. At the time, Lee said she was not ready to go into more detail, but has now provided more information behind her claims. In a tweet, the Impact wrestler said Lee once got wasted and hit me so hard he split my lip open, and Carter allegedly said that because she's a wrestler, she's always marked, meaning no one will believe her injuries are from anything other than the ring. Lee said that she has forgiven her husband but is unable to hide his alleged deed anymore. Lee also posted 2 photos in which her lip is swollen white and there is bruising on her upper lip and cheek, as there's clear indication that she's been hit by something. Lee followed up with another tweet saying that she's now provided proof behind her claims and said that she didn't post the photos before because he had been telling me lies all weekend to get me not to say anything. These tweets are the latest from Lee, who claimed that after her initial comments last week, people close to Carter had been calling her for hours and harassing her over the phone. At NXT Stand and Deliver, Carter and his tag partner Wes Lee captured the NXT Tag Team Championships, and while WWE has yet to publicly comment on the matter, we'll keep following this story for further updates. On WrestleMania Saturday, Ronda Rousey faced Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship in a bout that was not the main event. It had been reported by others that Rousey was furious about this, allegedly storming out of the Hall of Fame, but Rousey later debunked the false report. Now we're getting a bit more to that story, as during Wrestling Observer Live, Brian Alvarez stuck by his initial report, which he said came from those who know the SmackDown superstar best. I must say something about Ronda. Some people don't understand how this whole reporting thing works, and right or wrong. Listen, I have friends who are friends with Ronda, okay? They've been talking to me about Ronda since she came to WWE. I was told that Ronda was furious that she was not main eventing WrestleMania. I didn't say she almost quit. I was told that she was furious about it and she left the Hall of Fame on Friday, but she came back on Saturday and she ended up doing the match. Ronda did a post and said that it was an honor to work under Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the reason she left the Hall of Fame is because she had to feed her baby. Her friends told me that she was furious about it too. I'm just telling you what happened. There's no lying going on here. There's nothing being made up. There are two sides to this story. Despite Rousey's claim that she wasn't at the Hall of Fame because she had her 6-month-old child to look after, Alvarez is sticking with his story, and we'll have to see if the self-professed hot mama of WWE responds to this latest report. Since being drafted to Raw last October, Austin Theory has been under the tutelage of Mr. McMahon, who has taken a shining to the 24-year-old superstar. Many expect Theory to become a WWE champion one day, especially as McMahon introduced him as a future world champion at WrestleMania, but Theory's push may only last as long as Vince knows who he is. During WrestleMania Sunday, former WWE superstar Shane Thorne tweeted that McMahon had once thought he was Austin Theory in a hilarious error on the boss's behalf. When Mia Yim suggested that Thorne should have kept up the deception, the Australian said that this was a time where he felt much safer in his job security than Theory did at the time, but admitted that the joke's on him now. Thorne also said that being mistaken for Austin Theory was the last time the chairman of the board ever spoke to him. The former Retribution member was released in November 2021, the same month Theory's push with McMahon started, and who knows what could have been had Shane Thorne not corrected the chairman. And we're ending with Raven, as the wrestling legend has undergone knee replacement surgery. On Twitter, the former ECW, WCW, and WWE talent told fans of his injury and informed fans that this was why there was a delay with last week's episode of the Raven Effect podcast. Raven added that this week's podcast may be delayed as well, and fans can expect plenty to be said about his surgery. Raven hasn't had a full-time performance since 2012, with his last in-ring match being back in February 2020, and we wish him the best after this knee replacement surgery. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.